Good morning, it's Saturday. We have a busy day today, but today's theme of video is hosting a paint and sip night, and I still haven't decided what we're eating or a theme. I want, like, last time we did almost like a she sells seashells on the seashore. Whereas this time I need to think of something a bit different. The weather isn't looking incredible, so we're likely going to sit inside. But there's a lot of things to do first, so you're going to come with me on that journey. We were up very, very early, about 4:45, because there is a fluffy mistress. Hi. Hi. Let me show you. Little fluffy girl. And so she decided to wake up at 4:45, so we were awake at 4:45. You know how it goes. So we're gonna go walk to the shop and take her out for a little walk, and then we are going to, well, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm making for dinner. Then we're gonna have to go to the shops. I still need to get some supplies for tonight in terms of paint and stuff, and then have some nice food. I've got a Pilates class at 9:00. And then, busy day. So I hope you enjoy. I hope I come up with some good ideas. Food is what's stressing me out the most, I'll be honest. But I'll probably have a nap as well. So I'll see you soon. Guys, I did not mean to go this way, now I'm scared. Oh, sugar. This is what my map's saying. Which way do I go? Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Hi guys. Oh, bye guys. It's Sunday. I didn't manage to get much footage of last night, which I'm a bit annoyed at myself for. But I think I was just too busy enjoying it all. I did a gochujang pasta, which was a new recipe, which I try and do one new recipe a week. So that was perfect and it was delicious. And then I did like crips and dip for like nibbles, because it was just going to be too much effort because we were painting. So I didn't want to be like caught doing other things when we were painting. Does that kind of make sense? And then we did, the guests brought a dessert, which was a pistachio and strawberry cheesecake in little pots. And it was absolutely delicious. The raspberry really cut the sweet of the like pistachio part of the cheesecake, and it was great. I did a painting that I'm really proud of, which other people might not think is phenomenal, but I was very proud of. And it was a koi fish painting, and everyone else's painting took them about 2 hours and mine took 5. So, yeah. And then this morning I've been for a run, so you will have just seen my run. It was a 5 mile. I am on week 3 of half marathon training, and that was my 3rd run. Three. It was a good run, but I need to talk about Pilates. So I went to my first Pilates class yesterday, and the DOMs I have are horrific, and I did not expect it to be so hard. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't be hard, but it was awfully hard. I had the worst time, but it was so much fun. at the same time. So I'll go back next Saturday. I actually need to book that today. But yeah, then I went for my run this morning. It was 5 miler. It was beautiful. You'll see I ended up on a train track I didn't expect. Basically, I plan my runs like 4 days in advance on maps. And it means I never really have to think about it on the day. Because if I did, I wouldn't go. So I do it when I've got like a clearer mindset. So I don't need to plan next week's because next week is a recovery week. Love. So it's less mileage altogether. But yeah, we've got not really much to do today aside from I need to go do the food shop, which I've kind of planned today. We're trying to do high fibre, good protein, lovely carbs, delicious food. Trying and sneak in 30 plants a week where possible. Sounds like I'm setting unnecessary goals for myself, but yeah, it'll be fine. And then I need to do that, come back, and I'm just going to read and chill. I'm currently reading the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, along with my sister, and we're both perfectly up to date for where we're supposed to be, so I think I'm going to knock out a few pages of that this afternoon, and other than that, maybe watch a film and relax. So you can come along with me today. I'm hoping it's going to be exciting and fun, but it might just be a normal day. We'll see. Anyway, I need to do my skincare now because I'm post-shower and I need to put some hair oil in because my hair dries very quickly. Well, it's just naturally very dry, thick hair. So I'm going to do that now. I'll let you watch, I think. Might not. And then we'll go to the shop. 2 minutes later, Jasmine, I did not film my skincare or my hair, but I put hair oil in it. I let it naturally dry. I let it air dry. And then I've just put on some moisturiser and some sun cream. I'm running out a lot of my skincare and I refuse to buy new skincare until I've fully run out of everything, but I literally have. So we're going to need to buy some skincare at some point. I need a new retinol, which is why my skin's breaking out again. Oh well, such is life. But time to get some socks and shoes on, double check my food shop list and head to the shops. It is 11:25, so I'm only 25 minutes behind the schedule I made up in my brain, which I shouldn't commit to that much. So, food shop done. Been lying on the couch watching TV and I've decided at the time of 35 minutes past 1 I am going to go for a nap. Do we party in the nap on a Sunday world? I mean, I napped yesterday as well, but I was up early. But do we partake? Is this something the community enjoys? And then after that, I'm going to probably try and do some reading, then make a nice dinner. So I'll let you come and be a part of dinner. But honestly, this weekend, the busiest parts haven't filmed because it's been too busy. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to aim for no longer than an hour for my nap so I can actually sleep this evening because if I nap, I don't sleep. And then we'll come back for dinner, reading, watch film this evening. I think we're going to watch Gladiator 2. Got some snacks from M&S. The cookie dough chocolate bites and some sweet and salty popcorn. So we'll do that this afternoon, evening. And then I'm making a Hunter's chicken, which isn't a very me meal, but it's a green mash, but I haven't told Aaron, so he won't be happy with that. But it has broccoli and it's meant to have leeks in it, but there was no leeks in any shops, so I thought I'll just sub in spring onions because it's like a small leek, isn't it? But I'll come back for that. So I'll see you in a bit. Hi, it is now Sunday afternoon. This is post-nap walk. 2 for 2. We've got a big fly stuck here. Fun. So we are now going to do some Sunday afternoon painting. Here's my tiny gorge canvas. And I am planning on painting... painting that. So I don't know if this is a little bit too small, but my plan always is, here's our paint pot. I draw first, then paint. I'll probably get something nice on the TV in the background. And then Aaron's going to paint something very lovely, but I think he's going to be very upset at how small these are. So I'm going to have to give him a heads up. And then we're going to watch Gladiator 2 this evening. We had a very late lunch. I had the firecracker chicken noodle bowl thing from M&S, and it was delicious. It had courgettes in. Exciting. It was delicious. And then I had some crippen dip and one piece of the katsu chicken sushi. And that was phenomenal. But I need to make dinner. So I think dinner's going to be like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tonight. And then I'll prep like breakfasts for tomorrow morning. And then we always have leftovers for lunch. I honestly think this weekend's been so lovely. I would have taken footage of course, the rubber's gone missing. Oh, there it is. I would have taken footage of the walk, but you have seen a lot of outdoorsy stuff anyway today. And then, yeah, it should be a rather lovely afternoon. This weekend's been really, really nice. I am excited for more of a chilled weekend next weekend. What have we got on next weekend? If anyone's heard of Simon Rogan, right? He is a chef that has like 3 restaurants, Longclume being one of them. And you can order a menu to be delivered to your house and you make it. And that's what we've got for date night on Friday. And I'm very excited for it. And then on Saturday, I keep feeling like we've got loads on, but we've got nothing on. Or we half made plans for that day, but maybe that's changed since. So next weekend, at least on the Saturday, I'll have like Pilates in the morning and then I'll just get to do house stuff. What was that fly doing? But yeah, this weekend's been lovely. I wish I could have shown you guys more. But I'll show you my painting whilst I'm doing it. You may as well have a little scooch of it and watch me do it. I'll let you see how I draw, and it's going to be absolutely terrible. But we'll go with it. It's 10 to 6, 5 to 6. If I'm honest, I think I've gone a little ambitious in terms of timing specifically. So I was hoping this would take me like maybe an hour. And I don't know what world I was in thinking it would take me only an hour, because quite clearly not. I am figuring out if I should call it in a bit and maybe continue tomorrow, And then when I'm editing, I can insert a picture of it. But then I also think, like, am I at the point, a bit like, you know, when you read a book and you're like 150 pages off the end of like a 400-page book and you're like, God, this is going to take me forever. And then you just like it within like 2 hours. I feel like I'm there where I'm like, is this actually going to finish a lot quicker than I thought it would? Because I've kind of got the method behind my madness, but I've still got to add in all the green for the rest of the lily pads, then green dots, then like little kind of like ripples into it. Then I've got to do the flowers, which, let's be perfectly honest, is going to be the worst part because that's so much detail. And so I just think, do I just call it quits and come back to it tomorrow? I am up to here thus far. What I've realised I really enjoy is outlining everything in black, because then it makes it look like it's sat on top of the water rather than just being like a part of the picture. So we're just going to keep going for maybe another half an hour. And if I'm nowhere near, I'm going to call it. So I'm peeling some potatoes, then I'm going to prep some broccoli. Potatoes will go into the cold water and I will let them come to a boil. Then once they're kind of tender, I'll throw in some broccoli with it, fry off some onions, some spring onions. Then I need to prep the chicken. And it's saying put it in like a baking dish, but we don't really have baking dishes. We have like lovely big cast iron pans, so I'm going to throw it in there. But one of the cast irons that I'm going to use, I am going to do the spring onions in that, then when they're done, then put the chicken in. Then I'm going to put all of that into the oven. I need to preheat the oven. And then I'm hoping this will take max. We're aiming for just under an hour, which I think I can do. These are Maris Pipers, so this mash is going to be phenomenal. I'm very excited. And put plenty of salt in, because potatoes love salt. They're a bit like a bean. They will absorb salt as though it's going out of fashion. And some cold water. So I'm lazy when it comes to mash, and I don't hand mash. I put it in our food processor, which is literally just there, because it comes out really creamy, which is like my favourite thing. So once the potatoes are boiled, they will definitely go in there. And oh, I do have some leftover green beans that I think I might utilise in this. You know, use up what you've got, and it's from last week's shop, and I could do with getting them used. What is the closest friend to a leek? I went for spring onions because spring onions, I think leeks are quite oniony. And then for new viewers, I prep breakfast for tomorrow now. So Aaron and I both have the same thing Monday to Friday. Although on a Friday I do usually treat myself to something a bit different. So it is just Greek yogurt. For Aaron it's with peanut butter and Nutella and granola, and then mine is bran flakes and frozen fruits, chia seeds and flax seeds. So I need to prep that. So Aaron's breakfast, my breakfast. That's them two done. Potatoes are now bubbling, so I'm going to throw the broccoli in with them. I have charred off some spring onions, so I'm going to take them out of the pan and leave them on the side for now. They're like, before I spill them everywhere, like nice and charred. And they'll just go on the chopping board that's in front of me. And then I can start prepping the chicken, which is the main priority because I need to get it in the oven. And then, as Aaron outlined, which I didn't think of, bacon goes on top of Hunter's chicken, Where does Hunter's chicken originate from?
Probably the US.
The US? Probably, yeah, because it's barbecue, isn't it? So I'm going to get the chicken prepped, make the sauce, and then pop it in the oven. And I feel like it'll work out. How wrong can this go? We'll find out.